seen it, man.
Hey, it's Jeff Chan, and I'm here at Mahmoudi Gym in Shanghai with the owner, JOWAD Mahmoudi. Today he's going to be teaching us how to use the A-step in Muay Thai and MMA.
Basically for the A-step for Muay Thai and MMA, my goal is first of all try to get my distance, usually probing with the jab, with the lead kick. When I'm going to send my lead kick over here, I'm going to try to aim light and I'm going to turn over here. My goal is to make sure my hips still face my target. One of the common mistakes is to get that kick, boom, and turn too much. From here, like, I cannot really come back with boxing. I have my position, I get my jab, get my probe, shoot, move. From here now, I have options. What I like to do is either way sending a jab, boom, and coming back with the high kick, or getting a cross, boom, bait for the counter, and boom, coming back with the high kick. One more time. Boom. Boom. Sorry, and I come back. Sorry, punching you in the face.
So as taught and demonstrated by Coach JOWAD, here is the inside low kick into the A-step, followed by the jab in southpaw stance and into the right high kick. After the A-step, JOWAD taught to jab, then pull back and into the high kick. Just as everything can be taught with different nuances, timings, and rhythms, this combo can be taught and used with many different timings and rhythms as well. I like to think of it as I fake the jab to land my inside low kick and back away with the A-step. Then I explode forward with the jab in southpaw stance, and so my opponent is thinking, oh, you're trying to be sneaky by disengaging and then suddenly surprising me by lunging in with that jab, eh? And so they think they're a step ahead and parry or block the jab, and then my right high kick comes immediately after. So there are layers of fakes all in this one combination. So instead of jabbing and waiting for a second, then pulling back into the right high kick, I'm trying to land that right high kick immediately after the jab. So I'm actually stepping my left leg, aka my rear leg, forward as I throw my jab here to make that kick land even quicker after the jab. So you can see the timing or rhythm is slightly different than how JOWAD taught me, but I've turned it into my own variation and it's been working really well for me. I personally like throwing the jab after the A-step more, as shown with multiple clips, but here I tried throwing the cross from southpaw stance after the A-step instead. Depending on what my opponent does, I may change the tempo of the combination. Sometimes after I throw the inside low kick into my A-step, my opponent moves forward to attack me. So I'll throw my right jab as I am A-stepping and right into my right high kick. Here's another clip with the same opponent. You can see that I have no time to step back in because my opponent is crowding me as I step back. But because I'm already pre-planning the full combination before throwing it, I instinctually step back and jab at the same time and into that high kick. If you don't have the flexibility for a high kick, you can always end with a kick to the body or leg. And here are some clips of me just throwing the cross after the A-step with no follow-up kick. Here are some failed attempts.
Now, if I want to develop that a bit more, I get my jab here, I get my A-step, fake. From here, I can push on the other side. I'm getting in, I'm getting on the other side. From here, I have the jab or I have the cross. And again, I'm trying to pull back with that high kick. Another way that I really like to go is getting here, in the A-step, here, shifting. And when I'm gonna turn now, I'm gonna land my hook. Okay, and I'm gonna blast. Come back.
So as taught by JOWAD, here's the inside low kick to A-step, then the feint with the jab, then a lead hook as I take my A-step to the right side this time and into my cross. Again, inside low kick to A-step and hook into my cross, but followed up with the high kick as JOWAD demonstrated, but my opponent blocked it. And again, but the high kick was blocked. So here's examples of how I learned JOWAD's A-step combination, but had to make some adjustments based off the situation. Because I'm doing MMA sparring as well, I find my opponents like to back away with footwork, so not only did I have to lengthen my lead hook, but I had to dart in with a lunge when I threw my cross. In some situations, I found they were backing away too much to cash in with a high kick, so I just finished with my favorite double step low kick. In other situations, I saw their hands were up, so I went for a body kick instead. In this situation, the guy was too tall to head kick, so I followed up with the gazelle hook. On another day, JOWAD taught me how I can use it in pure boxing.
You can use the 1-2, oh, boom, boom, shift, blast, high kick, dodge, boom, boom. You see, I frame, stop you from getting in, and boom, boom, boom.
So here I threw my cross, I let my rear foot shift forward, I pushed off of it and into my A step, and into my cross from southpaw stance, and into my right high kick. Here are examples of following up with a body kick, a low kick, or no kick follow-up, just a cross, into the A step, and into the cross.
When this happened a few more times, my partner started to understand that I'm shifting angle, okay? So what I'm doing is I get my jab, I shoot, I'm going in, and I'm pulling back. From here, I'm going to relax, and as soon as I realize my partner start to tense down, I'm going to get back in and pull back with the high kick. It's quite important to actually, here, fake, getting in, you see? Stay jumpy, and push back in. I take my step outside, my head is out, and my leg is coming back in.
So here it is. I step in with my jab, changed levels, and into my left high kick. But it was blocked, or actually caught in this case. Maybe I was throwing way too many high kicks at my sparring partner that day. But what I like to do personally is similar to how JOWAD taught it, except I like to step my rear leg forward at the same time I throw my jab, as I was explaining earlier with the first combination. You can see as my jab lands, my rear leg is already off the ground, ready to step and into the kick. And then to get that level change effect that JOWAD taught, sometimes I'll throw that jab to the body to level change, and then go up high with the lead high kick. Again, as my body jab is extended, my rear leg is already sliding forward to launch that head kick.
For MMA, what you could do is getting the A step here, getting in and up, shooting for a single or a double, okay? Both are very good options.
What's really important about the A step is the angle that he creates, because I shoot in southpaw stance, I should be shooting in orthodox stance. If I'm in southpaw and he's in orthodox, look, it's hard to get into that little crack. So the A step gives you that angle.
So here in my sparring, I throw the inside low kick, then take an A step, maybe not exactly a textbook A step, but enough to get me off the center line and to the side. That angle allows me to shoot in and drop my knee between my orthodox opponent's legs. From my experience, you can teach a technique a certain way, but it won't always look exactly the same in sparring or a fight. For example, when we shadowbox, we would always punch with the opposite side hand up, but in reality, that doesn't always happen. All we can do is keep practicing the right way and aim to apply it as closely as possible in sparring or competition. That's why I love teaching and creating tutorials using my actual sparring footage. You get to see exactly how I apply these techniques in real time. As you can see, you can A-step off of a body kick or high kick.
So if you want to work with the A-step by yourself, you don't have partner or anything, or you don't know where to start, there is two things you can do. First of all, you can get a grid like that. What I like to do is first start by stepping inside the grid. In, out, just to get that fake and having your leg moving. The next step then is to try to get the low kick in and shift. Like I said, I need to be able to see standing on top of that line, okay? And then come back in. You see, from here, boom, come back in. So I'm here, shoot, shift, bam, and then coming back with the high kick, okay? If I want to shift on the other side, I get my jab, low, shift, in, out. And you see, I'm on top of that line. And here, get the high kick, okay? On the number 3, same thing. Shoot here, fake, move, boom, coming back. And you see, I'm always gonna end up in one of this corner, one of this side. Last one. Here, shoot, shift, one, boom, get the hook, boom, get the kick, and I'm coming back. You see, no matter what I'm doing, I'm always landing in one of those angles.
Now, before you go, I'd like to share with you my 80 shadowboxing technique and conditioning program. There are 80 shadowboxing workouts that are broken down into 5 categories. Number 1, boxing offensive combinations. 2, footwork and head movement. 3, offensive Muay Thai combinations. 4, Muay Thai counters and counter the counters. And finally 5, a category I call shadowboxing challenges, which are long, exaggerated, and super fun combinations that test your flow, fluidity, and rhythm in your striking, as well as your cardio, skill, and memory. Each workout includes a detailed breakdown followed by the follow-along workout in both video and audio format. You will learn my full striking system from every technique to every combo, feint, fake, setup, or counter you need to know. You can do these workouts at home, at a gym, a hotel, a park, literally anywhere, anytime. For more information, check out the link in the description box below.